What's up, guys? I'm at a coffee bar right now, and I wanted to make a video. Another one, 2 days in a row. And so I wanted to talk about why I don't watch Myron Gaines really anymore. I think Myron Gaines is like one of the best public speakers in like today's times, like really good at tonality and just grabbing the attention. But I realized like I was watching him and I never saw him as like the end all be all of someone I would like aspire to be. Not all of them, but for the most part, like I don't believe in kind of watching him anymore because I realize like he has a very negative angle as far as like dating or relationships go. Now, if I were to point out to someone else that does have like a really good attitude and taught me a lot, would be like Owen Cook, but I'm not like gonna get too into that. But I'm just curious, like if Myron Gaines like really is this good at like, what's the right words I could say? Like I get that he brings like girls from like OnlyFans and yada yada onto his podcast and he talks to them. Maybe, you know, having a perspective, listening for men, at least listening to the perspective of other men that may have had success before might be a lot better. Now, me personally, I'm not like the best guy at game at all, trust me. But the thing is, I do try, and I think that puts me above like 90% of men thus far in modern society. So I feel like people that watch Myron Gaines content, like the majority of the base of the men, do end up developing negative attitudes towards women, and women are just like, they're just kind of doing what they think is best for themselves. But you know, one of the things that he says is like women are opportunistic lovers, and I think that is true in the way that if you expect to use money to get women, then you're only going to be getting gold diggers. You know what I mean? There's like a saying that if you use honey to attract bees, don't be afraid when you get bees. So I know that on that front, Myron Gaines has these OnlyFans models that come on his podcast, but I don't think that's like the majority of women. Like just because she does OnlyFans doesn't mean like that's the majority of women or how they're thinking. A lot of girls, probably the majority of girls, don't have an OnlyFans, so inviting those specific type of girls onto the podcast might not always be the best way to get your perspectives on life or how like the average dating market even is nowadays. But for sure, like there's broke dudes that get hella play. I mean, just like the most brokest, unhygienic dudes can get play. So it all depends on who you are as a man versus like what it is you're doing outside of that, like your income and stuff. It depends on more so personality and who you are. So there are like I think that girls can be with someone who's broke and can be very faithful in their own way. So I wouldn't use like Myron Gaines as the end all be all of having a good attitude, like attitude towards like your dating life. Because if you really think about it, like why doesn't he teach game like Owen Cook does? Like why doesn't he do it? And I feel like that fan base that he's culminated, almost cult-like nowadays, you know, from what I see. But I just don't think that those types of guys that are commenting and hating on women are the type of guys that are going to be sleeping with the woman they would want to. Because let's be honest, if you're a guy, you don't really care if a girl does OnlyFans if you were to sleep with her. So the guys talking bad about the girls doing OnlyFans, the girl doing OnlyFans doesn't even want that guy. Yeah, it's one of the main reasons I don't really watch him anymore. I don't know if we'll ever watch this video. Probably not. But let me know what you guys think.